maybe the astronaut will salute.
Yeah, normally.
I feel the tension. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Salute. That's the report of the real top time. And the tower is cleared now.
I counted as well after the ignition, about 2 seconds, yes.
So
that's it.
we've
That's
already
Long March
have
carrier
a
rocket.
successful liftoff. After about 2 minutes, we will have what Yansu mentioned, the first separation,
Right,
the
we'll be
jettisoning
watching
of
that in a
the
minute.
emergency escape tower.
This you see is a strap-on booster.
Yeah, exactly. So this
The
is the
camera from
camera
the outside.
mounted on the core stage.
Yeah.
We can see 2 of the 4 strap-on boosters, 2 of the 4 side boosters. So as I mentioned, each have 1 engine.
Looking
I
down.
think we're hearing,
Yeah,
really,
looking backwards.
So nominal tracking.
Now we can see that on the right of the screen is the camera mounted inside the re-entry capsule, and on the left is what the camera, as Yansong by Yansong, the camera mounted on the core stage, looking backwards.
so at this point they're not feeling so bad. It's when the boosters come
We
off.
have
they're saying
G-forces
that's
and
when-
vibration, not very
They're
comfortable.
accelerating. Yes.
And it became more and more worse because with more and more acceleration, with less and less propellants.
So it will get progressively worse. Right now is not the worst part.
There's a max Q. There's maximum time. You know.
Right.
You're in the transonic procedure.
So any minute now, I think we'll see the propellants come
The
off,
speed
right,
is
the
not
boosters.
still.
It is very interesting that maybe at this, maybe next ceremonies in Beijing, maybe on the top of this building, you can see the trajectory because it's very bright. And
We
it's
should
close
get
to Beijing.
outside.
You can see the trajectory of the second stage.
Now you can pay attention to the escape tower. It's going to be ejected anytime.
Exactly.
Yeah.
At about 2
It's gonna be
minutes.
a small fire on top of the rocket.
Right, looking at the very point of the rocket. Oh,
Oh,
there
okay.
it is. It just
Great.
went.
Jettison.
Yeah.
But still, we have rocket engines on the payload fairing. If anything wrong happens, we can still use the engines to separate the rocket.
The image on the right there that we saw was a simulation, was it? Or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now this is a real,
This is the-
real
yeah.
optical. Yeah.
Well, on the left of the screen is the infrared
Yeah.
video images.
Yeah. Next stage is the separation of the strap-on booster. You're going to see 4
Yeah.
strap-ons are going to be
4
separated at the same
light
time.
spots.
Yeah.
Okay. It seems
Looks like it's happening.
And this is when the
Yeah.
villagers will be
Separated. And
glad
then the
that
separation
they're
of the first
watching
stage.
a film
Yeah.
somewhere.
okay. The first stage also separated.
That is the announcement of the boosters having separated.
Yeah. So the rocket is on the second stage.
Yeah. Yes. And the next step will be the separation of the 2 payload fairings. At that moment, maybe the astronaut can enjoy the view.
Yeah. The separation of the fairing means you're out of this world now. Then you're out of the atmosphere, and you have no drag
Do
from.
not need the protection of the
Literally out of
aerodynamic
this world.
forces.
No.
Now, this is a video get by the camera mounted on the rear part of the second stage, and this is a video inside the payload fairing. We can see the folded solar panels of the Shenzhou spacecraft.
And when that is released,
You
Okay.
see
that's
the,
a-
yeah,
Separated.
the
there
fairing's
we go.
gone.
The bottom right screen there.
Fairing's gone. Now they can see the world.
But obviously, at this moment, the Shenzhou spacecraft is still in the shadow area of the Earth, so the
There's
astronaut cannot
not
see
much
the light of
view.
the sun.
Yeah.
But they can already view the beautiful Earth now.
They're checking their
It should be
manual
above
again.
Shandong at this moment.
Not yet. Maybe 7 minutes later.
Yeah.
The separation point of the launch vehicle, the second stage, and the Shenzhou spacecraft will be to the east of the eastern coast of China Sea, maybe in the Yellow Sea area.
So it's all very precise where it's going at what time. You can predict.
Everything is designed.
So
The
there's
USB
a-
reader works normally, and also tracking.
Nominal tracking, nominal functioning. So everything goes well now.
Yeah, and the astronauts are looking pretty comfortable in there, flipping through their manuals.
Now you can
again.
see that on the second stage we have 1 main engine and several vernier engines. The main engine has a thrust more than 80 tons, and the vernier engine to change the stability and also direction of the second stage. And the next step will be the shutdown of the main engine, but the full vernier engine is still working for several seconds to ensure the accuracy of the trajectory. Now you can see that's the second stage, because it is at night, it's very bright.
Yeah.
This is a camera mounted on the end of the second stage, looking backwards.
So far with the Shenzhou missions, have we ever had a daytime launch?
I
With
think
manned
yes, we
missions?
do.
Manned missions?
Yes, we do.
The second stage works much longer than the first stage, although it has a shorter length, has less propellants, but because it only has one main engine, about 80 tons level, so it works much longer. Okay,
It's one of
Qingdao
the-
ground station
that's
has
one of
already
those.
have the data link connected to the launch vehicle.
So it's
But
near
this moment,
Shenzhou.
but this moment is still to the west.
Yes,
We're on
west,
track.
yeah.
Yeah. And then it will fly across the Qingdao.
USB 雷达跟踪正常，遥正
Weinan.
And
常。
still have connections with Weinan Station in Shanxi province.
That's my hometown.
Yeah.
Getting a good view there.
So you can visit the ground station.
So gas is above Hebei at this moment.
USB 雷达
Maybe in Shandong.
跟踪正
Yeah.
常，遥测就正常，东风飞行正常。
So after Shenzhou, it's going to be entering the Pacific, and then the boat will take over.
Yeah, our
for the control,
space
yeah.
tracking ship, our Yuanwang 3 space tracking ship.
So we can really draw out the map of exactly where this
You can
rocket
see
is
the
passing
bright
by
flame
now.
of the vernier engine, and also in the middle is the main engine, very bright. So the vernier engine can have a servo unit to move its direction to change the attitude of the second stage, and also to keep it stable.
What period of time are we looking at before they reach orbit?
About more than 9 minutes,
More than 9 minutes.
after launch.
So I think you can see that the engine is continue to accelerate the capsule so that it can reach about roughly 7.8 kilometers per second speed, which is what we call cosmic speed, for not coming back to Earth, but it's circling around the Earth. That's the minimum speed that they request to go around the Earth. And also they're accelerating to the altitude of, which is a little less than 400 kilometers above the Earth, which is the station altitude.
飞船装捕完成。
You know, we said earlier how they chose this time so that the whole rendezvous and docking, the whole process will take less time, 6.5 hours, right? Then what's the longest that China's manned space missions have taken then for this process?
For the Shenzhou, for the Tiangong 1 and the Tiangong 2 missions, usually they took 2 days.
2 days.
Okay,
That's
the
a
main
big
engine of the
difference.
second stage has shut down, which means that the main acceleration procedure is already been accomplished, and the astronaut now the G forces is much less than before,
Right.
much more comfortable than before. And then with several seconds will be the shutdown of the 4 vernier engines. You can now still see the 4 vernier engines.
Let's check in now with Zheng Yibing, who's at the Beijing Aerospace Control Center. Yibing, so everybody must be tracking the progress of the rocket there. What's the latest?
Shenzhou 19 spacecraft has been launched from the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center, and we saw the exciting moment of ignition and liftoff of the flight combination of Long March 2 FCAR rocket and Shenzhou 19 manned spacecraft. And this is the 14th manned space flight mission of China. And also, its mission is to send the Shenzhou 19 crew to China's Tiangong Space Station to take the baton from the Shenzhou 18 crew for the 6 month long stay in China's space station. And also here at the Beijing Aerospace Control Center, we saw the whole process of this launch sequence. We from the see-off ceremony from the Wentiangge Pavilion to the system check at the Beijing Aerospace Control Center, and from the counting down at the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center to the separation of the boosters and the first and second stages. And while the 3 taikonauts, or the Chinese astronauts, just like the Mr. Yang Yuguang in the studio said, they look very comfortable. So Mr. Cai Xuzhe and Song Lingdong and Wang Haozhe, they look very calm and determined. They do prepare for this mission. And well, this mission, or the flight mission of the Shenzhou Uniting crew, takes a fast rendezvous and docking mode, just like the previous 7 mission from the Shenzhou 12 3 years ago to the Shenzhou 18 just 6 months ago. They all took the fast rendezvous docking mode. It took about 6.5 hours to get for the spacecraft to get to the Tiangong Space Station. So now at the current time, we saw on the big screen is the status of the Shenzhou 19 crew, but in the moment later, we are going to see the Shenzhou 18 crew. They are waiting in the Chinese space station and waiting for the coming of the newcomers to the station. And during the recent days, they have made a very full preparation to welcome the newcomers. And we're going to see the meet and fantastic meet, space meet of the 2 Shenzhou crews in China's Tiangong Space Station. Although this is a routine launch mission after China's space station entered its application and development stage, we all see the details. We also see that is very exciting moment. Just like the crews of the Shenzhou's always said in the China space station together, China's space is always worth looking forward to. Back to you.
Yibing, thank you so much for being at the Beijing Aerospace Control Center.
Just during Yibing's description, we've already seen the successful separation between the end stage and the Shenzhou spacecraft. And now you may notice that the Shenzhou spacecraft is already in the sunshine area. You can see the beautiful curvature of the horizon of the Earth. Very beautiful.
This is the camera outside the capsule.
Yeah.
And so soon we'll be expecting the solar panels to open up.
Yeah,
right?
unfolded. Will be extended
that's
within several
considered-
minutes.
That marks the success. Yeah.
Although we don't usually hear the announcement from the control center of the
with
official,
the commander
for a
of
bit
the
later, right?
launch site system. Now you can see the camera on the propulsion module, which can monitor the unfolding procedure of the launch solar panels.
And we just heard some various reports that.
And also, as I
everything being normal.
emphasized, you can see the beautiful curvature of the Earth's horizon. Okay,
Yes.
unfolded. Each of our solar panel wing have 4 pieces. The Shenzhou spaceship.
How many solar panel wings
2
does this
wings.
have? Two
wings.
yeah.
Each have 4 pieces.
And then we can see the Shenzhou 18 crew in there eagerly awaiting.
北京明白。
So we expect the 2 crews to meet by midday Beijing time, right?
Exactly.
Meet for lunch.
The fifth
Lunch date.
The fifth rendezvous of different crew in orbit.